It is Monday morning, and it is the start of, I guess, a new chapter in our world. I was sick last week. I don't remember when we actually posted something on the channel. We did a couple of videos, and I scrapped them because they just were awful. And my lack of editing abilities, just pretty much awful. I couldn't edit out the parts that shouldn't, you don't need to know when little man needs assistance in the bathroom. So, anyway, welcome to our channel. Right now I'm still using my iPad and my iPhone. Like I said on Twitter the other day, I am going to be investing in a camera and learning how to operate it and doing more vlog style, more videos, for lack of a better way of putting it. I didn't really, when I first came to YouTube, I had my Sparkle, which I'm not going to lose sight of, but it kind of got caught up in the MLMs that I decided to try to make work. I'm not a fan of MLMs. Let me just say that. If you are successful with one, great. Not sure what I just did there. If you're successful with doing that, more power to you. I am not, and it's just not something that I really, other than like Tupperware, it's just not something that I want to continue to take part in. We are, and we're going to go through, we're going to do a makeup purge one day soon, and just finish getting rid of, I have some expired products that I don't use, that need to go. We're going to continue to do worm farming. I've started to give them worm chow. I have some, if you don't know, I have some that live in my lemon tree. Yes, they do. They do not come out. They do not come, roaming around at night. They're down in the soil. Excuse me. When I repotted the lemon tree for the last time in the biggest pot, somehow, when I added the worm compost, I added worms too. I added actual worms that grew. It's not a bad thing. They're working for me. Every so often I put them a little worm chow in there. Now and again, I'll take a frozen banana, bury it down in the soil. They have a heyday. The rest of the time, they're just making the soil better and better and better for my lemon tree. Speaking of the worm chow, there are several channels where I got the recipe from. I will show you whenever I do the next feeding on the worm bin, which is way overdue because I was sick last week. I will show you that mixture. I'm adding that mixture in addition to my kitchen scraps. Some people do it instead of their kitchen scraps. Well, I have nothing else to compost my kitchen scraps to, and so they're still eating my garbage. That's the whole purpose of why I got them. Things I am shopping for. Currently a camera. It does not have to be, I want a good deal on a good camera, a starter camera that's not too complicated, that I can figure out and learn how to do this better. That is my first goal. I am in the market for a rabbit hutch. I guess that's what it's called, a home. Before spring, I would like to have at least 2 rabbits. Now, as far as mating them and getting crazy with a bunch of rabbits, I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I do want at least two. Um, and I also want to be ready to have chickens next spring. Those are goals. Whether we get there or not, different story. Um, Saying I'm a lot, and I'm sorry, I got a lot on my mind. Probably should make notes, but yeah. But I'm headed out here shortly to go and have my mammogram. Ladies, I'm the world's worst at getting a mammogram done regularly, routinely, like you're supposed to. Don't be me. Um, wow. Um, I know I've had an aunt and cousins who have had cancer, and even with that knowledge, I put off this test. Don't be me. Now, everything may come back good. That's what I'm hoping for. What I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. But don't be me. Take better care of yourself because you're worth it. And if nobody else tells you today, I am. Um, I'm a little emotional today, and I don't know where it's coming from. Uh, I kind of do, kind of don't. I was sick over the weekend with the migraine that would not stop. Um, I've been grumpy all morning. My blood pressure is high again. I am ready to just say, okay, whatever, but I can't. Uh, as soon as I got my blood work back last week, it was awful. It was bad news. I talked with my cousin who is a nurse, who's pretty up to date on my medical history. My health is not good. And it's just, I've let my health decline. So we are doing something about that. We are changing our eating habits. We are, and by me, I mean everybody in this house, because if I have to eat salad, they're eating salad too. Just that simple. Um, it, we're changing to what makes me feel good, what makes us feel good as a whole. I kind of started doing keto. I'm going to stay kind of towards the keto side of things because I like what I'm seeing there. But at the same time, um, we're going to make potato chips. We're going to have those things that are considered starchy and stuff like that. Bear with me. I do have to make use of a paper towel, and I'm sorry. I don't have any place to go off camera. It is Kentucky, and it is still allergies, and there is like a ton of dust in my house. I was sick last week and the week before and all that good stuff because it doesn't go on autopilot. Things don't happen if there's no adult to do them. That's just how it is. Anyway, didn't really mean for that to be kind of there. We have, except for this morning, I do smoothies, so to speak. I have an extractor. I don't have a juicer. I prefer to drink all of the vegetable versus, my compost method right now is just the worms. And the amount of pulp and stuff that I would be giving them routinely, daily, for all of us to juice would be a whole lot. So we use the extractor, and it pulverizes it into a drink, so it's kind of still easier on my digestive system, on everybody else's digestive system, and we get the nutrients absorbed more quick in our bodies. I can tell you one thing that is happening a whole lot more than was happening before in our house since we started this. And we seem to be running out of toilet paper quite more frequently, if you get my meaning. Anyway, we're going to take a walk through what's left of the garden, which I honestly, I'm just going to tell you, I absolutely did not expect for there to be anything left. I still have tomato plants. I still have a cucumber plant. We're going to go walk out through and see if anything is producing. We're going to check on, I see one tomato that I'm going to go out and snag. But I fully expected them to be ready for me to pull up and, move the dirt down to the other part of the garden. We're going to do some more work on that, and when we do work on it this time, there's going to be some footage of it. Somehow. Don't know how exactly. I'm going to take you through this little journey that I'm going on. I'm going to make me better. I'm going to make my house better. And I'm going to just open myself up and share my life with you. It's not all going to be pretty. But maybe in sharing something with you, maybe I can help you. And if I can, then the vulnerability is worth it. And I guess that's where the extra emotion is coming from today. I posed the question on Twitter last night that I couldn't remember the last time I was happy. And I did it for a reason, to open a dialogue. Because over the weekend I had a migraine all weekend long. I thought I was over it Saturday. I had planned to go to church Sunday. I didn't get to because when I woke up Sunday morning I could not raise my head up off the pillow. Despite numerous tries, I have numerous alarms set on Sunday because Sunday is important to me. So when that didn't pan out, my joy came. My daughter took my grandson to church. So, that was my joy for the day. But during the day, several things went through my mind. One of them was the question of, when was the last time that I was happy? Forgive me, because I'm more emotional than what I really am feeling in this. Because it's not, I don't live a miserable existence. I'm a happy person. I'm a joyful person. But it stirred in my spirit hard. When was the last time you were happy? And I thought about it, and I thought about it. And I've been letting some things go. Along with my health, I've not been doing the things that I need to do with my Celebrate Recovery, with my personal recovery. I've not been spending time with devotions. We have our praise in the morning and stuff like that, but I've not been waking up early enough to have that time myself. So I've been depriving myself of my happy place. I've not been in the pool in over a year. That's my other happy place. And see, these are all key places that get my health back where it needs to be and get me back where I need to be. So, in being as open and honest as I can be, I'm going to ask you, when was the last time you were really, really happy? And I know happy, you can choose to be happy. Don't get me wrong on that. I also know that some of us deal with things like depression and chronic illness and things of that nature, things that are out of our control. So when somebody says something as simple as, when was the last time you were happy? And then somebody else says, oh, happiness is your choice. Not so much. Mental illness, much like cancer, much like diabetes, much like everything else that is an illness that can come against our body, requires treatment. It may be a medication. It may be something that you do getting out in the dirt that helps you. You may be able to pull yourself out of it. But don't be afraid to use what you need. Don't be afraid to get that extra help. Don't be afraid to talk to your friend and say, I'm struggling. I need to talk. I need something, Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid of the stigma that goes with it. Because I'm going to tell you something. Even when you think you're not worth it, there's a whole lot of people around you that think you are. Now, I had a conversation with a friend of mine over the weekend, and I thanked her again for the bazillionth time for being there with me during one of the lowest points of my life. She gave me a scripture, 2 Timothy 1:7, I believe, is what it is. I have to check myself because my rememberer doesn't work. So if it's not exactly there, it's 1 Timothy. It's one of the two. But it says that, God gave us a sound mind. He did. The things that come against our mind are not of God. But it does not mean that it does not require treatment. It does not mean that it does not require. Cancer requires treatment. If it's in your mind and it's troubling your mind, it requires treatment of some sort. So, from somebody who has been pushing from an empty cup and pouring from an empty cup for far too long, today I'm going to ask you again, when was the last time you were really happy? Because I'm going to make a choice to be happy and to work towards my happy, to work towards making my home, my space, my everything, what I want it to be, what suits me, what makes me happy. And, in the process of that, you've seen the difference. When I go out in the garden, when I go to my mother's house, out in the openness, you've seen the difference. I have friends of mine that tell me, you're so much happier when you're away from it all. When you're away from this space where there's so much chaos and conflict. And not meaning my home, meaning city. We had a car hit a house about 5 houses down from mine the other night. Pizza delivery driver. What? How careless in a residential neighborhood to deliver a pizza? Really? No. Anyway, yeah, that's a whole other tangent. Anyway, leave me a comment below. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. We're going to go through some journeys. We're going to go through some things. Yeah, I just noticed there's dark circles under my eyes. they're going to have to stay there because I'm not putting makeup on today. Anyway, you all have a wonderful day. Ian will be joining me on the channel for quite a few more videos. I've decided to include him. If you don't like that, or if YouTube doesn't like it, they can disable my comments. It makes no difference to me. Ian is part of my life, and he's a big part of my life. And I have not done videos to keep him from being exposed, for lack of a better word. Well, sorry about that. He's got a story to tell too. He's a good kid. He's a good child. He's a wonderful child. He's growing fast, and he's amazing. And he's part of my life. And he's part of the reason why I'm choosing to be happier. So that's all I got for now. Man, I got some nun stuff. Or actually, this is Taylor and French fries. Sometimes when I'm filming and I look at myself and I see my dad, it just kind of still stops me in my. It just does. I always knew that I looked like him, but I never realized how much until the last few years. And it's okay. It really is. So y'all have a good day. One thing that I almost did this weekend, seriously, I took my hair so many times and made like this kind of pretend ponytail, and I was like, I'm just gonna take the scissors myself and cut it off because I can't stand it. You know, especially whenever you're sick for days and you can't really take care of yourself, and your hair is, I can't stand tangles. So when my hair is tangly, it drives me up the wall, and I'm thinking, okay, I'll just cut it, and we're done. Anyway, this is a ramble more than a video, more than anything, and I apologize again. But I'd rather dab the ickies than it run down. You know, that's the lesser of two evils. Y'all have a good day. Remember, I am the mayor's daughter. I love you oh so very much. And I welcome you to come on this journey with me. And I really want you to take some time today to sit down, quiet, and think about, when was the last time that you were really happy? If it's today, great. As you can, I don't know if you just heard him or not, but success has happened in the bathroom. So you all remember, I am the mayor's daughter from Remnant Urban Homestead. Come grow with us and think about, when was the last time that you were happy, and what do you need to change things? Let me comment below. Have a good day. I'll see you. Bye.